Time for an Auspex Tactics channel update, some video news and poll results, and a giveaway of some rather Titanic proportions. Hello and welcome back to Auspex Tactics, where today we're just doing another quick channel update, what's been going on for the channel, what's going to be coming next month, and results of the channel's giveaways and poll results. As per usual, there's been a lot going on in the world of 40k last month. I'd say arguably last month more so than most though. It does seem that we've just had a massive deluge of 40k content, mainly with the whole chapter approved and Nephilim update. Not only did we have most of the game's points reimagined, but also a bunch of extra rules added in via that balanced data slate, and those basic missions, command point or secondary changes, all from chapter approved. We had that all drop 1 week, and then the Chaos Codex drop at the end of it, and that review wound up being the single longest Auspex Tactics video I've ever made so far at almost 3 hours. It has been a bit of a spectacularly busy time on the channel. YouTube analytics tell me it's been 67 videos in 30 days. There does wind up being quite a bit to talk about when just about every single army in the game is getting updates at the same time. I do kind of feel I'm still in catch-up mode a little bit from those ones, still plenty of unit reviews and interesting changes I want to talk about. Hopefully we'll get a few more interesting bits done over the next week. In terms of 40k changes, it does seem to have gone a bit quiet on Games Workshop's front. Normally we at least know the next codex that's going to be coming. My guess would probably be Demons, but the fact that they haven't even announced it yet does imply that it might be a little way off still. We know there's going to be the new Votan Codex and the Imperial Guard. My guess would be that both of those might be a bit later in the year though. In any case though, it's quite nice that it gives me a bit of chance to catch up on some other projects. I'll be aiming to keep the Chaos Space Marine videos coming, with a few more unit reviews, a faction tier list, and talking through some of the legions, and work on a few other projects that I've had my eye on for a while now. Hopefully one of the next videos should be a big 40k armies tier list, trying to predict a few of the winners and losers of the Nephilim changes, a big Necrons video for summarising every single Necron unit with the new points and rules. I want to try and get round to going through the faction secondaries from the Nephilim book at some stage. And I've just finished recording one on every 40k army's best relics. That one will be coming onto the main channel in the next week or so. At the moment, it's one of those Patreon preview videos, so if you're a channel supporter, you can check it out on the Patreon page, linked in the video description. Certainly plenty to be talking about, alongside the usual unit reviews, discussion topics, and any other news that we get from GW. As always though, I do welcome any and all suggestions. Feel free to let me know down in the comments if you like. Or there is a text channel in the channel's Discord, which you can find down in the video description as well. Next up, let's talk giveaways, including a rather big one for next month. The Auspex Tactics July giveaway was for 3 copies of a Combat Patrol box of your choice, and I can announce that the winners here are Jonathan Siegley, Bjorn Neuer, and Vincent Preston. I have sent a message to each of you 3. If you'd like to let me know which Start Collecting or Combat Patrol box you'd like, and I'll have that in the post to you as soon as they arrive with me. I thought the Combat Patrol one could be quite fun for a giveaway, just as it's pretty much guaranteed to be useful for almost everyone's armies. Looking forward though, for the August giveaway, I thought we'd go for a rather special one. This one's going to be the new biggest value giveaway that we've ever done on the channel, and it's going to be for an entire Forge World Warhound Titan, one of the 40k really big ones, so several £100 or dollars worth of fancy Forge World resin. Because it is such a massive investment and I want it to have the maximum value to the person, I'll get in touch with the winner, and you can choose whether you want a Chaos or an Imperial one, and you can choose the different weapon arms that you want. That way you can decide whether you want an enormous Vulcan Mega Bolter or a Plasma Blast Gun or something. Hopefully it should be a fun and pretty enormous display centerpiece. If you'd like to be entered in the giveaway with the chance to win one of these enormous god machines, there's 2 different ways that you can do so. You can either support the channel on Patreon for any amount each month. That way you get entered into each one of the prize giveaways, and I do tend to give away some big model kits just about every single month on the channel. Or you have the option to support via social media. Subscribe to the YouTube channel here, like the Facebook page, links down in the video description, and then to actually be entered in the draw each month, there's a post that appears on the 1st of the month. To enter, take a picture of any 40k model or imagery with your own name and the date handwritten within the picture, and you post it on the giveaway post, the last bit being just to deter Facebook bots. I then take all the Patreon and the Facebook entries. Everyone gets entered once equally, and the draw's done with a random number generator, picking out just the one winner in this case. It's all quite exciting. I've never ordered anything quite this big from Forge World myself, I must confess. I'll basically order this thing in and then ship it to you. In any case, if you do want to be entered for this one, the link to the Patreon page or the Facebook page are both down in the video description. Finally, I thought we'd just finish up by talking about the channel faction poll. the one on the channel's Patreon page that I did last month. A fair few people expressed some interest in seeing which factions had the most requests for videos. I basically asked people which factions they'd like to see other than Space Marines and Chaos Marines, which I'd guarantee that I'd be making a fair few videos on anyway. In order, the top most requested factions were Necrons and Imperial Guard. They were really quite a lot ahead of the rest of the pack. And then interestingly, Orcs and Adeptus Sororitas following that. I must admit, I would have expected Orcs, but Sisters did surprise me somewhat. Maybe they're a little bit more played, or at least by people who watch this channel, than some of the other armies. Aside from that, a few of the other higher picks were things like Chaos Knights, Tau Empire, and most of the various different flavours of Space Marine Chapter, and Death Guard and Thousand Suns. In any case, thanks for the insights as to what sort of videos you'd like to see the most. I will be hoping to get out a bit of content on each of these guys over the next month or so. As I mentioned, I'd quite like to do that Necron's entire faction overview with talking about every single datasheet. That'll be quite a big project, and hopefully we'll have a chance to talk about some of the core vehicle combos. They have got a bunch of cool new stuff from the balanced data slate. For the Guard, we already did a bit of an overview with their balanced data slate changes and a video on Baneblades. I feel like it might be fun to revisit Scions as well, and any competitive list that people have success with. For Orcs, they got that fun change to the War, and again I'm going to be keeping an eye on tournament lists to see what sort of things go forward with the Orcs. Will the cheaper infantry and the invul saves do a bit better for them? And I'm hoping at some point we might do a bit of a general faction overview for the Sisters of Battle, and talk about some of their strongest aspects from all areas of the Codex in 9th. In any case, it was a pretty interesting bit of feedback, so thanks for that, guys. So I think that just about wraps it up. As always, a massive thank you for listening, and a great big thank you for continuing to watch the videos, and allowing me to keep on making these videos as my main thing. As always, if you've got any thoughts or feedback on the channel in general, feel free to let me know down in the comments here. I'll certainly aim to at least read every single comment on this video. As I mentioned, if you'd be interested in the big Titanic giveaway, feel free to check out the Patreon page or the Facebook page. Both are links down in the video description, and they both help the channel out in their own way. In any case, a massive thank you for listening, and I'll hope to see you guys next time.